Have you ever sat in a quiet room, yet felt a great noise inside? Despite having so much, why do we still feel empty? We chase new experiences, achievements, and relationships, hoping for lasting happiness. This longing for stillness is ancient, a universal call to look deeper into our own minds. The restlessness we feel isn't unique to our era, it's echoed through human hearts for millennia. The search for peace is timeless, a journey walked by countless generations. This longing isn't a flaw, it's the beginning of waking up, a doorway to our true nature. Let's see restlessness as a guide, reminding us that peace isn't found outside but within. The questions we ask are the first steps on a path that leads us home to this present moment. Over 2,500 years ago, a profound shift occurred in human understanding. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, a prince who relinquished his royal life, felt this same restlessness, this deep yearning for something more than the fleeting pleasures of the world. He sought answers to the fundamental questions of existence. He saw suffering, the pervasive pain inherent in the human condition, and sought a way to transform it, not just alleviate the symptoms but to address the very root of suffering, not through dogma or blind faith but by looking deeply into life, by observing the nature of reality with unwavering clarity. The Buddha's teachings are gentle invitations to see for ourselves, to investigate our own minds and experiences, not commandments but rather guideposts on a path of self-discovery and liberation. He taught that suffering's root, the source of our discontent, is in our attachments and misunderstandings, our clinging to things that are impermanent, and our distorted perceptions of reality, not the world outside, but within our own minds. The key to freedom lies in understanding this. His path is one of understanding, of cultivating wisdom through mindful observation, compassion, extending kindness and empathy to ourselves and all beings, and mindful living, paying attention to the present moment with openness and acceptance, timeless wisdom for every heart, a universal message of peace and liberation. These teachings are like a river, constantly flowing and evolving, nourishing lives for centuries, offering sustenance and guidance to countless individuals. We don't need to go anywhere special, to a remote monastery or a distant land to access this wisdom. It's not hidden away in ancient texts, it's here now, accessible in every moment, in our breath and daily actions, in the simple act of paying attention to what is happening right now. The Buddha's path is a homecoming, a return to our true selves, to our peaceful, loving nature, the inherent goodness that resides within each of us. The answers aren't hidden. They are not esoteric secrets, they're found in mindful living, in cultivating awareness in every aspect of our lives. The tradition is alive, vibrant, and relevant in the modern world, passed from teacher to student, generation to generation, guiding us back to the present, to the only moment where true peace and freedom can be found. This river still flows, carrying the wisdom of the ages, offering clarity and compassion to all who seek, regardless of background or belief. The journey begins, not with grand gestures, with a single mindful breath. A breath of awareness, a breath of peace. The Suttanipata, one of the oldest collections of the Buddha's teachings, is a treasure of simple, profound wisdom. Its verses are like seeds, short, memorable, and ready to grow into understanding and compassion. The text doesn't demand belief, it invites us to practice and see if peace arises. Its wisdom is for everyone, parents, youth, elders, because it speaks to our shared human experience. The Suttanipata guides us to live skillfully, to be present with difficulties, and to cultivate an open, loving heart. It's a timeless invitation to wake up to the beauty of this very moment. The Suttanipata is a collection of dialogues, conversations between the Buddha and people from all walks of life. Each person brought their own suffering and questions. The Buddha listened deeply and responded with compassion. He used simple, everyday images, like a farmer or a blooming flower, to make profound truths accessible. The path to peace isn't found in distant realms but in our ordinary lives and relationships. The Buddha's teaching was never forced. He encouraged seekers to look within and discover wisdom for themselves. The journey is personal, and the Buddha is a friend pointing the way. These ancient conversations mirror our own struggles, worries, anger, longing for peace. In the Buddha's calm voice we find comfort and hope. The Suttanipata reflects our minds back to us, offering guidance for today. The answers are as relevant now as they were then. Within the ancient teachings of Buddhism, particularly in texts like the Suttanipata, lies a profound wisdom. It speaks to the very core of human suffering and offers a path towards liberation. At the heart of this wisdom is the art of letting go. It's a practice, a skill, and a fundamental shift in how we relate to the world around us, and the thoughts within us. Our suffering, in its myriad forms, stems from clinging. We cling to feelings, both pleasant and unpleasant, to possessions that we believe define us, to ideas that solidify into rigid beliefs, and to the past or future, preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. The Buddha taught that true and lasting freedom is not found in accumulating more possessions, achievements, or experiences, but rather in cultivating contentment and needing less, both materially and emotionally. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning loved ones or detaching from the world. It means loving without clinging, without possessiveness, and without the need to control their actions or destinies. It's about releasing the need to control outcomes, people, or situations. It's about accepting things as they are, embracing impermanence, and understanding that everything is in a constant state of flux. It means releasing expectations, both of ourselves and others, and allowing life to unfold naturally. Each breath and each step we take is a chance to consciously let go of worry, of the incessant need to hurry, and of the mental chatter that consumes our attention. Letting go isn't passivity or resignation. It's an active engagement with the present moment, appreciating the beauty and simplicity that surrounds us. It's about finding contentment within ourselves, free from the endless cycle of wanting and striving. The Suttanipata eloquently states, "From craving springs grief, from craving springs fear. For one wholly free from craving there is no grief, whence fear." In a world that constantly bombards us with messages urging us to want more, to acquire more, and to achieve more, the practice of letting go becomes a radical act of peace, a quiet rebellion against the prevailing currents of consumerism and societal expectations. Start small, release a worry that consumes your thoughts, a need to be right in every situation, even when it costs you peace, or a past resentment that continues to poison your present. Each conscious act of letting go, no matter how small, creates more space, more freedom, and more peace within our hearts and minds. Our inherent peace, our natural state of well-being, is already here, beneath the layers of craving, fear, and attachment that obscure it. Letting go, in its essence, is the quiet and gentle path that leads us back to that inherent peace. The Suttanipata, an ancient collection of teachings, offers profound wisdom for navigating the complexities of life. Within its verses we find guidance on cultivating inner peace and understanding. One of the key principles it emphasizes is the value of steady, joyful effort. It's not about forcing ourselves but about finding a sustainable and fulfilling approach to our practice. This steady effort is likened to a stream flowing gently to the sea. The stream doesn't rush or struggle, but consistently moves forward, overcoming obstacles in its path with grace and ease. It reminds us that progress is not always about grand gestures, but about the accumulation of small, consistent actions. This isn't tense striving, the kind that leaves us feeling drained and frustrated. It's not about pushing ourselves to the limit or demanding immediate results. Instead, it's about cultivating natural, persistent energy, a gentle and unwavering force that propels us forward. It's about finding a rhythm that works for us, a pace that allows us to sustain our efforts over the long term. This kind of energy is what the Buddha called virya, often translated as effort, energy, or vigor. It's a vital component of the path to enlightenment. Virya is not about aggression or force, but about a balanced and harmonious application of energy. True effort is patient and enduring, like the steady drip of water that eventually carves through stone. It understands that lasting change takes time and dedication. It's about cultivating peace as a farmer tends a field, nurturing the soil, planting seeds, and patiently waiting for them to grow. The farmer doesn't force the plants to grow, but provides the conditions for them to thrive. Our mindful breathing, the simple act of paying attention to the breath, is a powerful tool for cultivating this steady effort. Acts of kindness, extending compassion to ourselves and others, also fuel our practice and create a positive ripple effect. And steady attention, focusing our awareness on the present moment, are the seeds and water for transformation, allowing us to grow and evolve. This effort isn't a burden, it's not something we have to force ourselves to do. It's not a chore but an opportunity, it's a joy, a source of inspiration and motivation, leading us toward freedom from suffering and toward greater well-being. When discouraged, when we stumble or lose our way, we gently return to our practice, like a stream finding its course again after being diverted. We focus on one breath, one step at a time, trusting that the path will unfold as we continue to move forward. Progress isn't made in leaps, in sudden bursts of activity. It's not about achieving enlightenment overnight, but in small, consistent steps in the daily choices we make to cultivate mindfulness and compassion. In a world of quick fixes where we're constantly bombarded with messages promising instant gratification, the Suttanipata reminds us that true and lasting transformation takes time, patience, and dedication. Transformation takes time. Like a tree growing slowly over decades, or a stream carving its path through rock over centuries. Patience and perseverance are the heart of the path, the foundation upon which we build our practice and our lives. The steady effort of practice untangles the knots in our minds, freeing us from limiting beliefs and patterns of behavior. Like the stream, constantly flowing and adapting to the terrain, if we keep moving with gentle persistence, embracing the present moment and trusting the process, we'll eventually reach the ocean of peace, the ultimate goal of our practice. Don't worry about the destination, about whether or not you'll achieve enlightenment. Focus on this moment, on the present experience, on the simple act of being. Each step is the journey, each breath is a new beginning, and each moment is an opportunity to cultivate peace and understanding. The lotus flower, rooted in mud yet blooming pure above the water, is a powerful image in Buddhist teaching. The mud, life's difficulties, is essential for growth. Without it, there's no lotus. The practice isn't to escape the mud, but to grow through it, rising above without being stained. To live like the lotus is to engage with the world, responding with compassion but not drowning in despair. Mindfulness is our stem, connecting us to our roots and allowing us to blossom. Each of us has the seed of enlightenment within, ready to bloom through mindful living. When overwhelmed by life's mud, remember the lotus. Breathe in, be with difficulty. Breathe out, rise above. Our peaceful presence is our gift to the world. Our world is noisy, outside and inside our minds. The Suttanipata calls us back to silence, where clarity and peace are found. True silence is within, calming the inner chatter through mindful breathing. Each breath is an anchor, a return to stillness in the storm of thoughts. Simplicity is another key. Declutter your mind, focus on what's essential. Let go of unnecessary worries and ambitions. Live simply for spaciousness and clarity. Stillness and simplicity aren't escapes. They're foundations for wise, compassionate living. When our minds are calm, we see clearly and respond with wisdom. In stillness we find strength, in simplicity, freedom, in clarity, our path. This is the gift of the Suttanipata's ancient wisdom. The Suttanipata's teachings are meant to be lived, not just read. Every moment is an opportunity for practice. Mindful dishwashing, walking, or sipping tea. Small acts of mindfulness transform our hearts over time. Be gentle with yourself. Perfection isn't the goal. When you forget, simply begin again with compassion. The practice is about returning to the present, strengthening peace and resilience. Let these ancient words nourish and inspire you. The peace you seek is as close as your breath, as present as your footsteps. By letting go, practicing steady effort, and living like the lotus, we transform restlessness into peace. May you be peaceful, happy, and free.